turn. It has to be cold. I don't know why. Kind of looks like that glue and flour thing we do when we make, what's it called? Paper mache? Crumbly bits, you know, sort of incorporated, but sort of not, because you still want there to be little chunks of shortening, so it's a bit flakier and butterier. You know, I don't know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. Alright, let me add this back in.
How the professionals do it. And sound like crooked. Good job.
Alright. There we go. So that's the dough. You got some stuff on your fingers. That's alright. So, gonna wanna. Alright. Makes 2 discs, you know? 2 things of pie dough. Don't put that in. Actually, you know what? Do it. Let the people know I'm human. I don't know. I don't know.
No human can bake pies as efficiently.
You're darn right.
Alien or something?
Alright. In the fridge for half an hour. There you go.
Ooh, yeah. Alright, cool.
Together.
Just
You need the shortening to get cut in as
Wait till
opposed to
she's actually
blended
like-
in, because you still want little bits of shortening to be like throughout it. You don't want it completely mixed in, because the little bits help make it really buttery and flaky throughout, as opposed to just like a hard short, like a short forgot the word. But it would just be completely hard and just kind of taste like a rock, as opposed to pastry, and opposed to light and flaky and, you know, layers. You want layers in it. If you get rid of the shortening, you get rid of the layers.
Okay.
Alright. So we got the pie crust. It's been chilling in the fridge for half an hour. So you're going to want to put flour down, because even if you have a silicone mat like this, it's still going to get sticky. And you're going to want to do a lot, because it will stick. So you just want to be overly generous with it. That's not going to matter. And so with the mat like this, it has it all labeled out, but generally with a 9-inch pie crust, you're going to want it to be 12 to 13 inches, have a 12 to 13 inch diameter. That's what it's called, diameter. So, yeah. And then you just want it to be an even thickness, you know, 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. You're going to want it to be kind of thin, otherwise it won't bake. So, and then you're going to want to keep flipping it over to make sure you don't get any weird folds or anything. So you just keep flipping it until you get the right thickness and the right diameter. Alright, so we got our pie crust, and the fact that there's flour around the edge doesn't really matter because this is about to get baked anyway. So it can just be like this. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle either. So then you're just gonna pick it up like that and roll it. Set it here at the end, put your pie crust in the middle. Then you're going to want to make sure you line it up on the edge like this, so you don't have any weird patches around the side without any dough. And then you're just going to take it and press it into the pan. Press it up against the sides. You press it down because if you don't and you just cut it and chop it the way it is, you're going to end up with holes everywhere and it's going to get all puffed up and weird if you don't try to get rid of as much air underneath as possible. And then what you're going to do, take scissors or like a serrated kitchen knife, and you're going to trim the edges because you don't need this much when you bake it. And you want to leave a little bit of excess around the sides to fold under, so you can crimp it and make a design around the edge, which helps make it look maybe a little fancier than it actually is. These are craft scissors. I used to use kitchen scissors and now I don't know where they are. And my mom probably knows, but I've just been using these for everything, so now I feel like it's tradition. Alright. And this can actually reuse. You don't want to mess with it too much. After about 2 or 3 times it gets really old and tough because that's when the shortening gets really mixed in and it starts turning a different color. It's kind of gross, but whatever. Okay, so the way you crimp it is you take your excess and you just fold it under like that, all the way around the edge. So it comes up and you fold it under around the little lip around the outside of the pie tin. You do that all the way around. And then you want to make sure it's all even, nothing's sticking out underneath. Sort of press it down so it doesn't come off the pie crust too much. Like this. Alright, and then to crimp it, you're going to want to take, sorry I'm covered in flour, these two fingers and your thumb, and you're just going to place your thumb there and then indent it like that. So place your thumb and take your pointer finger and thumb on the other one, and then just go like this all the way around the outer edge. Alright, and then you want it to go in the fridge for about 10 to 15 minutes. So when it bakes, it's still a little cold and you don't lose the crimp. And by the fridge, I mean the freezer. That's all the sugar cookie dough I made. Because like I was saying earlier, you want to make sure all the air that's left trapped underneath can escape. Otherwise you're going to have big puff at the bottom of the pie crust. And that kind of sucks because it means less filling. Alright, and then to actually bake it, you want a double wrapped sheet of foil. It's going to be in the oven for a really long time, and the edges especially are going to bake a lot quicker than the bottom because they're more exposed to the oven, so you want to make sure it's all covered so nothing bakes faster than anything else. And then these are ceramic pie weights. You can also use pinto beans, but these again help the pie crust to just stay down and not pop up in the oven, because that would be bad. Alright. In the oven we go. 13 minutes with the thing on, 5 minutes with it off. All right. And for the filling, I need some eggs. I'll be right back. It's 3 eggs that you whip with butter and sugar and chocolate on high speed for 5 minutes each. So this takes 15. Okay, so this takes 15 minutes. And you're gonna want this attachment because if you have a KitchenAid, KitchenAid. Because this one, it has a little rubber scraper on the side that helps everything. So I'm going to start this while it's still in there. You're probably going to want a mixing shot.
You always want a mixing shot. Even if you're not making a video.
Alright, so you're going to want to melt your chocolate first. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it.
It's not a mixing shot yet. It's
We're good,
melting
we're good.
chocolate shot.
I'm getting ready.
It's unsweetened chocolate. You melt chocolate in intervals, 30 seconds each. Stir it after each time or else it'll burn. I have a lot of experience with burned chocolate. It smells horrible. Right. So 3/4 of a cup of sugar and 1/2 a cup unsalted butter at room temperature. Alright. So you add the ingredients. In order of butter, sugar, chocolate, and eggs. I think it's easier to add the chocolate to the butter and sugar before you add any eggs. Typically you add butter, sugar, and eggs before anything else, but this way, if the chocolate's still a little warm, it gets fully incorporated into the butter and the sugar. And you don't accidentally cook an egg, which would suck on the whole thing. Okay. So I'm gonna let this cool for a minute because it's really hot. So that's gonna take yours off. You know? Alright. Don't eat this. Some people are tempted because the spoon's got. Don't do it. It's unsweetened. There's absolutely nothing pleasant about it. Unless you mix it in with a bunch of butter and sugar. There we go. I'm gonna mix this together. Just enough that all the chocolate's incorporated. Alright. And now it's the fun part. Yes. Now you have the eggs. And the eggs are what make the French silk really work because they're what with air into it, specifically the egg whites in it. Because this is going to have to fill an entire 9-inch pan. It's really not a lot of ingredients. So you just, and you want it at full power for 5 minutes. It'll brown a little more too. That's the one. And then the last egg.
That's the most perfect thing I've ever seen.
Thank you. Alright. So the pie crust is almost cooled off, which is good. Because this has a lot of butter in it, it's not something, also just like in general, if you put a cold thing in a hot thing, it will melt. That's just how it goes. So you want the pie crust to be completely cool, and if you have the extra time, you're not gonna like die if you put it in a hot one, but it'll just mess with the structural integrity of the pie. It might not set up correctly. It kind of sucks. Alright, so there we go. That's the chocolate cream pie. And now, you can probably dump it in now. Do either of you have cold hands?
You know I do.
I'm gonna teach you something.
Sorry.
Do it myself and suffer through, but I'm going to pretend to do it myself and then have you do it. So the top of a French silk is typically
Pacific time.
chocolate pearl. Yeah,
Don't worry
yeah.
about it. Oh, you both doing it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh,
Learning has always been more of a job than a hobby for me. Our hands need to be cold.
You're gonna be handling chocolate.
Oh, wait, is it the curly stuff that goes on top?
but
Yes.
I should do this.
Is it still filming?
No, I didn't. Maybe.
Just keep
Well-
it in.
Cool.
Keep it going.
Actually, that's probably good because I dumped the filling in while you were washing your hands.
Ooh, that's good.
And it looked pretty nice. 'Cause
Here's
it's
the
like,
trash can. Oh, it's right there.
that's recycling.
That is
But the trash can's right next to it.
Oh, sneaking on you.
Alright, try it.
Try what?
I'm just gonna say take your finger and just kind of go,
Yeah, that makes sense.
you know.
This pie filling tried to kill me.
That's so good.
That was good.
I know, right?
It's
so easy.
if hot cocoa was a solid.
Actually, kind of, yeah. That's
Why is
not
that
wrong.
accurate? It's ESP. Better with no context.
It all depends on how like sweet you like your whipping cream. Use about 2 tablespoons of sugar to every cup. And then I like to put vanilla extract. Where's the vanilla? Oh. Nope, that's what, no, it's not right. About a splash. You know, it's a measurement. A splash. Anyway, so now we're gonna make the whipping cream. And this takes 5 to 7 minutes. Alright, chocolate pearl. Fruit peeler, vegetable peeler. I guess it's a vegetable peeler. And you go along the edge, like this. It's not hard.
It's not hard.
Not hard.
Why is it hard?
Because I said who has cold hands and you said me.
Yeah. They won't be cold when the blood slowly softens.
We're rolling.
Take this. You want the edge to go about at the end, and then you just press down and move it across. If you do badly, I won't do it. But my hands are really, really warm. Here, start with me. Sorry.
That, I don't do it.
Not great.
Not good.
It's okay. So you want, so that's the end you're cutting with. So you want to press down harder than that.
Okay.
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Try to do it at a bit more of an angle so you can get really long curls. Like you want to try to get something I broke it. Like, okay. So you're going straight down, like, instead of just like this.
Oh, okay. I see.
Right? You can get longer ones. baller.
Okay, that's probably for the best.
Come on, brother, do your thing in here. I'll finish up.
I'm very impressed with you.
Thank you.
I never was before.
What are you doing?
Yeah, like 5 more seconds. Because you want it in that sweet spot of not a liquid and not butter. Ah, it's cool. We good. We flex it. We know how to use our circle. Alright. Good. So gotta test it, make sure it's sweet enough. It's sweet enough.
Nice.
Actually, no, it's not. Here's a little more. It's about 4 cups short, I think. That's a joke. That's a joke. Alright. And that'll be good, so I'm not gonna test it. Okay. Make it. You know?
Yeah. You mean you know so?
I do.
Freeman, you're corrupting the.
You're corrupting the audio.
Yeah.
Get out.
Corrupting the audio is my little man.
He's still doing it. I can't. So, I personally think a lot of whipped cream is a good thing. So, you just kind of want to tower it on. You obviously don't have to flex on everybody and use like heavy whipping cream and whip it up and use sugar and vanilla extract. You know, it can be like Cool Whip if you want it to be.
That is not correct.
You know, according to the Encyclopedia of Pie Making, if it's not homemade, it's wrong. I'm kidding. That's a joke. That's a bad joke. Okay, so and then you can make like little indents. Goodbye.
Bye.
Drive safe.
Ride safe.
Thanks for letting us in your house.
Bro, never again. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. My mom's been mad at me because I've been making mean jokes recently, so.
Is there water in that pool?
You want to go jump in it? You're wearing the right outfit, jeans. Alright, so. Make it look all cute. Yeah, he's so stupid. Okay, and then with clean hands, obviously. You just kind of, you can make a mess. That's how you know it's going to get evenly distributed. And then, just like, really cute, you know. Make some little, you want it to be pretty covered, you know, not for any, like, actual reason, but it just looks better, you know. All right. And there you go, French silk pie.